this evening. Bill tabled for stiffer penalties to curb alcohol-related road accidents. British Airways will launch service to Guyana in 2023. 5 arrested amid CANU raid at Norton Street. In the region, OAS blames the international community for a security crisis in Haiti. And internationally, Spain energy crisis, shop lights off at 10 p.m. and ACs set at 27 degrees Celsius. Welcome to another broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Updates. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. The government, in an effort to minimize alcohol-related road accidents and fatalities, has taken an important legislative step through the tabling of the Intoxicating Liquor Licensing Amendment Bill 2022. The bill, tabled and introduced into the National Assembly on Monday, was read for the first time. It expands on the definition of a drunken person. The bill requires liquor store owners to exercise better judgment when selling alcohol to persons who may manifest behaviors commonly associated with alcohol intoxication. Once passed, the amendment bill will require liquor stores to discourage drinking and driving by refraining from selling alcohol to drunken persons who are likely to drive after leaving the place of imbibing. The sale of alcohol to a designated driver will also be prohibited. Additionally, liquor store owners will be required to report any intoxicated person who attempts to drive or is in charge of a vehicle. The bill proposes increased fines for breaching its provisions, ranging from $100,000 on the first offense to $200,000 for the second offense. The bill will further require liquor stores to verify the age of patrons before entering into the establishment. Harsher penalties are also proposed for any holder of a liquor license who employs a minor to supply, sell, or assist in the sale of alcohol. First-time offenders will pay $500,000 and $600,000 to $1 million for subsequent offenses. In 2021, the Guyana Police Force recorded a 32% reduction in road fatalities. This year, the Guyana Police Force recorded a 9.5% reduction in road fatalities from January 1st to March 8th compared to the same period in 2021. The Guyana Police Force is investigating a daring drive-by shooting on the east coast of the Marara. Esther Sobers has more details.
2 men are nursing gunshot injuries they sustained during a drive-by shooting. Police in Regional Division 4C is investigating an alleged shooting incident committed against 27-year-old Ryan Joseph and 29-year-old Bishmal Versami. The drive-by shooting incident occurred on Tuesday, August 8, 2022 at Melny Public Road, East Coast, Darara, by 3 unidentifiable males, 2 armed with a small handgun, and the third male, the driver of a silver motor car HD series. According to police report, the 2 victims and a third persons were sitting liming in front of a residence when a silver Bluebird motor car came from a western direction on the Melny Public Road heading east. The said motor car made a U-turn a short distance from where the vehicles were seated. The vehicles then came to a complete halt in front of the men. The 2 masked men exited the back seat of the car and immediately opened fire on the victims, causing them to flee the area for safety. Ryan Joseph received 5 gunshot injuries to his right, 1 to his left leg and to his left hand, and 1 to his abdomen. Bishmal Versami received gunshot injuries to his right hand, elbow, and left leg above the knee, while the third male escaped unarmed. After the shooting, the 2 mass shooters re-entered the waiting motor car and drove west to Georgetown. The 2 victims were rushed to the Georgetown Public Hospital complex, where they were treated and are presently in a stable condition. At the present time, the motive for the shooting is unknown. Police investigations are in progress. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. British Airways, the United Kingdom's flag carrier, will officially enter the Ghana market in 2023. This development is a culmination of an initiative which commenced with an engagement between President Irfan Ali, Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, Onij Waldron, and the officials of the British Airways in London earlier this year. The full-service global airline will offer connections from London to Guyana via St. Lucia. Tickets will go on sale from today, August 10, 2022, and it will operate 2 flights per week. The expansion of the Chedichagan International Airport has opened up avenues to increase international connectivity and attract more transatlantic carriers. Minister Waldron noted that the announcement of British Airways' entry into the market is excellent news for Guyana's travel and tourism industry, which has seen remarkable growth during its post-pandemic recovery period. Meanwhile, Minister of Public Works Bishop Edgehill said, "This is the testimony of Guyana becoming a major investment destination." He believes that with the expansion of the Cheddi-Jagan International Airport, more avenues will open to increase international connectivity and attract more transatlantic carriers. Minister Edgehill noted that this new venture would allow Guyanese easier access to other continents in Europe and Africa at affordable prices. He further added that it would immensely benefit imports and exports while generating economic growth and facilitating international trade. The Boeing 777 can accommodate 332 passengers and will be one of the largest passenger carriers to serve the Guyana market. Stick around after the break. Pandit confesses to the murder of a Rose Hall Estate security guard and 5 arrested amid CANU raid at Norton Street.
Traveling soon? Then come into John Lewis Styles on Waterloo Street and let's help you choose the right set of luggage. You can choose to buy 3-piece luggage sets, or separate pieces, but the sets are always a better deal. Either available in soft poly, or ABS hard side material, with 4-wheeled spinners, and in many colors too. Also available are carry-on luggage, computer bags, duffel bags, backpacks, travel pillows, blankets and lots more to make your trip enjoyable. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Sooner or later you will have another power failure. Are you prepared for the next blackout? Some essential equipment such as security cameras, lights, internet, gate motors, and water pumps may stop working. How can you prevent the next blackout? InverterTech has an affordable solution for you. A strong UPS system which uses the latest inverter and solar battery technology to prevent blackout. We smartly calculate your average power demand so you don't spend more than you need to. Call 223-2233 for more information.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 4-6 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Welcome back. 5 people were arrested during a CANU raid at a known suspect of interest residence on Norton Street. Dale Jarvis has more details.
Ranks of the Anti-narcotics unit conducted an operation at a Norton Street residence where known drug trafficker Andre Clark resides on Monday, August 8. A subsequent search of the premises led to the discovery of 4 parcels containing suspected cocaine. 5 persons were present at the location at the time of the search and were arrested, including a police sergeant. Those persons are 43-year-old Andre Clark, 26-year-old Akeem Lashley, 33-year-old Dion Bascom, 54-year-old Rodwell George, and 19-year-old Serena Matthias. The 5 persons were escorted to CANU headquarters with the suspected narcotics. The narcotics tested positive for cocaine and weighed approximately 1.5 kilograms, with an estimated street value of approximately 1.5 million Guyana dollars. Andre Clark was arrested in 2011 after CANU ranks conducted an operation at his home. A search of his yard revealed a transparent plastic bag containing cocaine weighing 590 grams buried approximately 12 inches in the ground covered with sand. He was charged with trafficking in narcotics. On February 3, 2012, based on advice from the Director of Public Prosecution, the matter was dismissed. Since then, he has been a person of interest to the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit, and several investigations into his operations have led to the present arrest. Investigations are ongoing. Reporting for Headline News Update, Dale Jarvis.
Thanks, Dale. Over 3,000 grams of cannabis were discovered at the Mazaruni prison on Tuesday, August 9, 2022. A team of prison officers from the Mazaruni prison were conducting a cleaning exercise at the Mazaruni prison when they stumbled upon a white salt bag hidden behind the western side of the kitchen. The bag contained several bleach bottles and other items. Upon checking the bottles, the officers found them to contain several leaves, seeds, and stems suspected to be cannabis. The suspected cannabis was handed over to the Bartica police station. When checked and weighed, it amounted to 3,067 grams. No arrests were made, but investigations are in progress. What was initially considered an open and shut case of drowning has now turned into a murder investigation. Esther Sobers has more details.
A pandit of Canefield East Kanji, Berbice, has confessed to the murder of 59-year-old security guard Angraj Indrapal, whose lifeless body was discovered floating in the Kanji River on Friday, August 5, 2022. The well-known pandit was employed as a pump operator at the Rose Hall Estate pump station, where Indrapal was employed as a security guard. The pandit was reportedly working the shift with Indrapal when he vanished. According to reports, the pandit confessed to strangling the pump station watchman over a misunderstanding. According to reports, Indrapal left home around 4 p.m. on Thursday, August 4th, to head to work. However, on Friday around 7 a.m., the family received a call informing them the man was not seen at the work site, although his bag and boots were there. When his family arrived at the location, workers were already searching for the man, but he could not be located. Several hours later, the body was discovered by a search party comprising of estate workers. The body was pulled out of the river. At the time, the man was not fully clad. Investigators initially ruled Indrapal's cause of death was by drowning after his body was pulled out of the pump station canal. However, a post-mortem examination revealed that Indrapal died from strangulation. The pandit was subsequently arrested and confessed to the crime after being interrogated by ranks on Tuesday. The pandit is currently in police custody, assisting with investigations. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Don't go away after the break. Argentina, concerns rise over increase of football fan violence, and UN, more than 1 million Afghan children to suffer severe malnutrition.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brick Dam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Sooner or later you will have another power failure. Are you prepared for the next blackout? Some essential equipment such as security cameras, lights, internet, gate motors, and water pumps may stop working. How can you prevent the next blackout? InverterTech has an affordable solution for you. A strong UPS system which uses the latest inverter and solar battery technology to prevent blackout. We smartly calculate your average power demand so you don't spend more than you need to. Call 223-2233 for more information.
Traveling soon? Then come into John Lewis Styles on Waterloo Street and let's help you choose the right set of luggage. You can choose to buy 3-piece luggage sets, or separate pieces, but the sets are always a better deal. Either available in soft poly, or ABS hard side material, with 4-wheeled spinners, and in many colors too. Also available are carry-on luggage, computer bags, duffel bags, backpacks, travel pillows, blankets and lots more to make your trip enjoyable. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome back. Now we'll take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. The Organization of American States is pleading for urgency to continue working to increase security in Haiti and to begin the democratization process. The OAS said in a statement that the institutional crisis that Haiti is currently experiencing is a direct result of the action taken by the country's internal forces and by the international community. The OAS stated that the international community left Haiti, leaving chaos, destruction, and violence behind after recognizing the failure to establish sustainable institutions. The OAS concluded that the international community must work urgently to increase security and begin the democratization process in Haiti. Football violence has been a long-running problem in Argentina, with gangs of radical fans often influencing what happens outside the stadium during a game. Al Jazeera's Teresa Hall reports.
The past few weeks have been difficult for Elizabeth Coronel. Her 18-year-old son, Joaquin, was killed by football fans.
My nephew says my son told him to run and let go of his hand. When my nephew turned around, he saw my son on the ground holding his stomach and lots of blood. He says my son told him to go away to protect him.
Joaquin was shot during a confrontation between the infamous Barras Bravas, or radical football fans, at a lower division match in Buenos Aires. At least 10 other people were injured. This is the last video of him alive.
One of those who was involved in the killing of Joaquin Coronel worked at the municipality of General Rodriguez. That's a town that's not far away from where these people live. And that's why the Barras Bravas in Argentina continue to operate with impunity, because of the close ties that exist between politicians and these organizations.
3 of the suspects have been detained. Another 3 are in hiding. And despite an international arrest warrant, Joaquin's father says it will be difficult for justice to be served.
After they killed him, they went to a barbecue. After everything they did, leaving my son lying on the ground, because they have power and nobody cares.
Football violence has soared in Argentina in recent months. Confrontations between rival fans happen every other weekend. Security analysts say gangs could be trying to recover income lost during the pandemic lockdowns.
There's a political and economic link that sustains the barras because it involves many sectors of society, from politicians to the police. They're like mafia organizations, but with an emotional dedication to their clubs that's almost religious.
But analysts say there could be another explanation.
Every World Cup year, our barra bravas fight themselves in order to get the air tickets and the passports to be there chanting for the Argentine team. Every fight in the heart of a barra brava is for money. That's what delivers the fighting. Money, tickets, influence.
The World Cup is just months away, but victims continue to demand justice and a solution to a problem that has tainted Argentina's most beloved sport. Teresa Bo, Al Jazeera, Buenos Aires.
Internationally, the United Nations Children's Agency estimates 1.1 million Afghan children under the age of 5 are expected to suffer from severe malnutrition in 2022. Al Jazeera's Zain Bashrafi reports.
After decades of Western intervention, war, and instability, a year after the Taliban took over, more and more of Afghanistan's children are going to bed hungry every day.
It is a fact that misery and poverty is increasing in our country day by day. The higher the poverty rates, the more malnutrition cases there are.
Malnutrition in the impoverished nation was always a problem. Since the U.S. pullout, international humanitarian aid has dried up. UNICEF estimates the number of malnourished Afghan children has doubled in the past year.
We are so upset. We feel depressed. My husband even said he wants to go to Iran to look for work because he feels ashamed that he can't afford to buy him medicine or milk. He said, "My son is dying in front of my eyes, but I am not capable of doing anything."
Hardships for some of the most vulnerable Afghans began even before they were born.
I didn't have enough to eat during pregnancy. I couldn't buy the medicines I needed. That is why my child is now malnourished and I have no money to treat my child in a better way.
He hasn't been well since he was born. He is always sick. We do not have enough money to buy him medicines and treat him properly somewhere better.
Following what amounted to a defeat at the hands of the Taliban, world powers introduced punitive policies towards the new government, isolating Afghanistan financially, crippling its economy, and weakening the people. The world, Afghans say, has turned its back on the most vulnerable victims of conflict, some too weak to keep crying for help. Zain Basravi, Al Jazeera.
And finally, in Spain, air conditioning in public buildings must not be lower than 27 degrees Celsius in this summer. However, residents says it is too hot to comply. Al Jazeera's Leah Harden reports.
It has been a sweltering summer in Madrid, but as temperatures have soared, so too has the cost of fuel. So the Spanish government has mandated that offices and stores cannot set their cooling systems below 27 degrees Celsius. In an area dependent on tourism, locals are afraid the heat wave and crackdown on energy could scare visitors away.
It's going to be impossible, because now we are at 18 degrees inside. If we go up to 27 degrees, we're going to be sweating all day. We won't need to go to the gym. The fridges give out a lot of heat and the customers are going to complain. Nobody's going to come in.
But the Spanish government has already agreed with the other European Union countries to cut dependency on Russian gas by 15% by the end of the year.
We have to comply with the agreements we have reached in Brussels. Spain also has a commitment of solidarity with the rest of European countries.
Each country is free to choose the way in which it will meet the commitment to cut energy use. Here in Spain, that includes turning off the lights.
Perhaps other measures need to be found, because I don't know up to what point turning off a shop window display light is going to make much saving.
Shops have to turn off window lights after 10 p.m. However, street lighting will not be affected.
Why would visitors come? Because when you go out for a walk, what you want to see is joy. But soon we won't have lights. So if you decide to come to here and everything is switched off, you're going to ask yourself, what's the point?
The measures will be reversed in winter, when regulations will prohibit indoor areas not to be warmed above 27 degrees. Leah Harding, Al Jazeera.
And that is it for today's regional and international news. Here now is your 3-day weather forecast. That is all for this edition of Channel 2's Headline News Update. Tune in on Thursday at 7 p.m. for another episode. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.